Welcome back, Shore Kings. We got some news from PlayStation. The Celebrate Days of Play event is coming up. That means new games for us. Let's see what we're gonna get. The Days of Play begins May 28th, so you don't have to wait till June. Monthly games, here we go. NBA 2K25, Alone in the Dark, the remake, Bomb Rush CYBERFUNK, and Destiny 2 The Final Shape. Why do they keep on giving us Destiny 2 DLCs? That seems kind of unfair. Nobody asked for that. And look at this, we're gonna get bonus titles for the game catalog. I think that means for Extra and Premium, the classic catalog. Let's see what we're gonna get. So for PS Plus Extra, we are getting these games, and they are Another Crab's Treasure, Skull and Bones, another Destiny 2 Legacy Collection, and Grand Theft Auto 3. Wait, this is for the game catalog, not the classics catalog. Grand Theft Auto 3. Oh, it's the PS4 and PS5 version. Oh, there we go. Here are the premium games. The classic catalog, you get Myst and Riven. And on top of that, there's bonus game trials. So we get to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Sid Meier's Civilization 7. I didn't even know that was out yet. And then blah, blah, blah about PlayStation Tournament, the Days of Play, but that's not important. Here's what I really wanted to talk about. We've been getting hammered by Sony by all the price increases, including increases to the hardware. So May 28th to June 11th in select regions, we could finally save on hardware, including the PS5 console. Let's go see what the prices are like. All right, in the US and Canada, PlayStation 5 console, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 edition, digital and standard, will be starting, oh, this is pretty good, at $400 or 500 Canadian. This is probably like the lowest I've seen it, especially considering that they raised the price very recently. But that kind of sucks that it's only available for like a week or two. In Europe, it's starting at 400 euros. Ooh, you get a bonus $50 off a PlayStation 5 Pro console. Also, there's going to be deals on PS5 accessories. So $50 off of VR2, $30 off of the Pulse Explorer wireless earbuds, $30 off of the DualSense Edge, which is a $300 one. It's super expensive. $20 off the Axis controller and $20 off the normal DualSense wireless controller. So I think in Canada, that means instead of $99.99, it's going to be $79.99. And then there's discounts on games like Astrobot, MLB The Show, The Last of Us Part 2, and Lego Horizon Adventures. Also worth noting here, kind of interesting to put at the bottom, is if you order directly from PlayStation, you are eligible for free returns if you don't like it. Interesting. Oh, look at this. There's finally deals on actual PS Plus subscriptions. Save big on membership. Up to 33% off, ends June 11th. This Days of Play, save on new or upgraded PlayStation Plus memberships. You know what that means. If you're currently a member, you get nothing. Sony has great customer retention and rewards. Players who join PlayStation Plus during this year can save up to 33%. How convenient that you raise the price 30% and then offer us a very generous deal of 33% off. And if you're currently an Essential or Extra member, you save 33% if you upgrade. They only want you to upgrade. So if you're paying the same, you can't just renew. You get nothing for renewing. And then Sony Pictures Core, which nobody cares about. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to go dive in further into the game so we know what the games are about. But if you just wanted the news, you can finish the video right here and leave a like on your way out for the algo. Thanks for watching. All right, another NBA 2K game. I'm not going to talk about it too much. You know what to expect. It has a My Career mode, My Team mode, My NBA mode, and Gravity Ball, an all-new fast-paced online multiplayer game made available as a paid add-on for new-gen platforms. That is ridiculous. Holy, who buys these games? Apparently a lot of people, because I always see it in the top 10. And people actually pay for this stuff. Oh my God. No offense, Sports Bros. Enjoy that new paid add-on. All right, as far as reception goes, this one got mixed reviews. Critics praised the game's on-court realism and improved animations. However, people really didn't like the microtransactions. No surprise there. With some reviewers even describing it as a free-to-play title, despite being a full-priced game, and these games are expensive. They're like $130 sometimes. And also the grind to improve the players in modes like My Career mode was also a point of contention. Overall, 2K25 offers enhanced gameplay and new features, but is marred by monetization practices that may affect the overall experience for some players. controllers. Stop buying these games. Alone in the Dark 2024 is a modern reimagining of the classic 1992 survival horror game. Damn, was it really that old? Originally, it came out for the PC in 1992 on MS-DOS. Wow, that's a really old game. I didn't know it was that old. It was re-released last year in 2024 for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and PC. It seems pretty obvious what the game's about. You know, psychological horror, puzzle solving, and exploration. The story is set in 1920s in the American South, and the narrative follows Emily and a private investigator, Edward, voiced by David Harbour. I was gonna say, it looks a lot like David Harbour. Did they put his face on the character in the remake? So they're exploring an eerie manor. Sounds like Resident Evil. The story delves into Lovecraftian themes featuring eldritch horrors, cult conspiracies, and a mysterious entity known as the Dark Man. Players can choose to play as either Emily or Edward. Sounds like Resident Evil. Each offering a unique perspective, cutscenes, and levels. The game adopts an over-the-shoulder third-person perspective, moving away from the fixed camera angles of the original. Sounds like Resident Evil. Gameplay involves exploring environments, solving puzzles, and engaging in combat using firearms, melee weapons, and environmental hazards. Sounds like Resident Evil. The difficulty setting affects resource availability and enemy toughness, catering to both newcomers and seasoned players. Kind of like Resident Evil. This remake received mixed reviews upon release. The game failed to meet sales expectations, leading to the closure of developer Pieces Interactive in June of last year. Oh no. I still can't believe that this game came out in 1992. I thought it was like a PS1 or PS2 title. Now I feel bad that the studio closed down. I feel like you should play this game if you like Resident Evil. Alright, the next game is called Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I can barely read the font. What is this game about? Yo, is this Jet Set Radio? I used to love this game. Wait, this has got to be like copyright infringement. What's going on here? This looks exactly like Jet Set Radio. Next thing, they're going to be rollerblading on rails and doing graffiti. Wait, they're literally doing graffiti and rollerblading on rails. What is this game about? Let's find out more. All right, so Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is an action platformer, and the game pays homage to the classic Jet Set Radio series. Oh, okay. Do they have permission? Featuring cel-shaded visuals, a dynamic soundtrack, and a focus on graffiti culture and extreme sports. Oh my god, it's Jet Set Radio on PlayStation 5. You navigate the city using skateboards, inline skates, BMX bikes. You get to tag graffiti spots across 5 boroughs to increase your crew's rep, and then challenge gangs in crew battles. You recruit new members by exploring the city and completing challenges. Each member brings unique styles and abilities. And as you tag more and more areas, the police get involved. The police response intensifies. The game's soundtrack comes from various artists, including contributions from Hideki Naganuma, known for his work on Jet Set Radio. Oh my god, this is like the spiritual successor. I hate that word, but I can't. It's the perfect word here. It received generally favorable reviews. Critics loved its visual style, soundtrack, and faithful homage to the Jet Set Radio, but some people noted that while the game captures the essence of its inspiration, it offered limited innovation in gameplay mechanics. The trick system was described as accessible but lacking depth, and combat encounters were seen as pretty simplistic. Personally, I am going to play this one. I love the style. It captures that Jet Set Radio feel, and I love those games. I know it's a bit out of left field, these kind of games, but I love games that are unique. That's what we love on this channel. So there we go. At least one game I'm excited about. All right, and the last game is Destiny, which we won't talk about, but let's move on to the new games on PS Plus Extra. The first one on the list seems very silly and right up my alley. It's called Another Crab's Treasure. This is an action-adventure game that came out last year in 2024, where you assume the role of a hermit crab whose shell was confiscated due to unpaid taxes. To reclaim it, you must embark on a journey through a polluted underwater world, confronting challenges posed by corruption and environmental decay. The narrative is very funny and clever. It intertwines humor with serious themes, using satire to comment on issues like pollution and societal neglect. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it, but this has Souls-like combat. That's right, this game features challenging combat reminiscent of the Souls series, requiring players to master dodging and timing. There's also a shell system where you get to use discarded items items as makeshift shells, each shell offering a unique ability and defense. By interacting with the ocean's diverse wildlife, you gain new abilities, enhancing both your combat and exploration abilities. The game received great reviews, praised for its unique blend of challenging gameplay and satirical storytelling. Critics highlighted its vibrant visuals, engaging mechanics, and thoughtful commentary on environmental issues. You thought this was going to be a kid's game, didn't you? I'm 100% going to play this. Alright, up next coming to Extra is Skull and Bones. This is Ubisoft's ripoff of Sea of Thieves, which came out 6 years earlier, but there are some differences in the games. Skull and Bones is an action-adventure game centered on piracy and naval warfare. The gameplay focuses on ship-based combat, resource gathering, and crafting. You get to customize your fleet and engage in tactical naval battles. While the game offers a rich maritime experience, it has been noted for its limited land-based exploration and lack of hand-to-hand combat, positioning it as more of a naval simulator than a comprehensive pirate adventure. In contrast, Sea of Thieves was a more open-ended pirate experience, where not only did you have ship-based combat, but you also had land-based combat. While both games revolve around pirates, Skull and Bones emphasizes realistic naval combat and ship management, whereas Sea of Thieves offered a more fantastical and varied pirate experience, including on-foot exploration and combat. While Skull and Bone adopts a gritty, realistic aesthetic, aiming for historical authenticity, Sea of Thieves was more colorful and had a more stylized art style that complemented its lighthearted tone. So either way, we get a pirate game. I'm going to give it a shot just to see what it's all about, but I'm probably not going to spend too long in it because, after all, it is a Ubisoft game. And the last two offerings were another Destiny game and Grand Theft Auto 3, which I'm not going to talk about. So let's move on to more news from the blog. Alright, PlayStation Blog just released another blog 10 minutes later, and it says Days of Play comes to PlayStation Store May 28th. And this blog has the discounts of the games, and it tells you every game. So we got from Alan Wake 2, Astrobot, Balatro, which is really funny because it's a monthly game free right now. Cat Quest 3, alright. Cult of the Lamb, Dead Cells, Devil May Cry 5, Dishonored games, Dying Light, Fallout 4, all the Final Fantasy 7 versions. Oh my god, how many versions are there? There is Digital Deluxe, Remake, Rebirth, Remake, Intergrade, Ghost Runners games, Grand Theft Auto 5, if you want to buy it for the fourth time, Hell Let Loose, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, L.A. Noire, all the Lego games, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Marvel's Midnight Suns, and Guardians of the Galaxy, Mortal Kombat 1, Neva, No Man's Sky, Overcooked, Red Dead Redemption, Remnant 2, which, spoiler warning, might be leaving next month, Saint Row, Sea of Thieves, Sifu, Skull and Bones. All right, so we have Sea of Thieves and Skull and Bones. Wow, did we win the console war? It doesn't seem like it because they keep raising the prices. Monopolies aren't good for anybody. Subnautica, Chia, Teardown, Tekken, Last of Us, Part 2, Part 5, Part 7, Part 8, The Witcher 3 again, all the Tomb Raider games, the Turok trilogy, nice. What Remains of Edith Finch, and the WWE 2K games. So these games are all going to be on sale on various different discounts. But a lot of them are either available or are already in your library, so it's kind of like dumb that they have a sale in the first place. But I do appreciate the console sale. That one's good. Everyone needs a new controller because these controllers like die in like 14 months. Anyway, that concludes the video. We got some monthly games, we got some PS Plus extra catalog games, premium games, and brand new game trials for brand new games too. I think the best thing about this announcement is the surprisingly decrease in price on PlayStation 5 consoles. PlayStation and Sony does not like lowering prices. So I'll take this as a win. Hope you enjoyed this update. If you're a member in this channel, the spreadsheet of all the games and all their runtimes will get updated as soon as these games drop. So until next time, be a friend, and I'll see you again.